Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am AdvaithS.Pillai, and today we will be continuing our Python basics course, and this is going to be the part 3. So let's continue. So the first thing we are going to do today is going to be data types in Python and some of the functions. Okay, so let's look at the first data type. The first data type we are going to talk about today is going to be string. Anything inside speech marks. So speech marks, as we all know, is single quotes or double quotes. Anything inside speech marks is in the type of string. Okay, now let me give you a practical example. If I write name, if I define a variable name with the value Advaith inside the speech marks, which makes it a string, and if I print the variable name, I have not used the speech marks because we have to print the variable and not the string. Okay, now if I run it, as you can see, Advaith has been printed successfully. So this is the string data type. Now let's move on. Now we will be looking at a function, and this is going to be the input function. Input is used to give your own message in the shell window. Let me give you a practical example. If I give a name variable as input, enter your name. Okay, and then if I print name, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so now Python is asking me to enter my name. It says enter your name, and if I enter my name AdvaithS.Pillai and press enter, it's going to print AdvaithS.Pillai. Now let me show you how it works. So first of all, it's asking for an input through the input function. Okay, and we are giving the input AdvaithS.Pillai. So now AdvaithS.Pillai gets stored in the name variable. Okay, and in the second line of code, we are printing the variable name. So now AdvaithS.Pillai is being printed. So that's how input function works. Now we'll be looking at our second data type in Python, and this is going to be integer, int or integer. Okay, so positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0 is in the type of int. Okay, now let me show you a practical example. If I take number and then if I write a positive number as 45, and then if we print it, print number, and then if I run it, see, in the shell window we get our answer 45. So this is the integer data type, and if we write double quotes outside the 45, it will still show 45 in the Python shell, but it is going to be in the data type of string. Okay, so that's how it works. Now let's look at our third and final data type in Python, and this is going to be float. Any decimal number is in the form of float. So if we give a variable number as 12.6, as we all know, this is a decimal number because of the decimal point. This number is a float as it is a decimal number. Okay, and if I print this number now, the variable number, as you can see, it prints 12.6. This is the float data type. Okay, now we will be looking at a function which helps in categorizing the different data types in Python. Okay, let's see the function. The function is known the type function. Okay, the type function is used to know the type of the variable, float, int or string. Okay, now if I create 3 variables A, B and C, and in A if I pass a string AdvaithS.Pillai. In B, if I pass integer, and in C, if I pass a float, which is going to be 9.8. Okay. Now, if we print type of A, let's see what happens over here. As you can see, it prints out class str, which is string. Okay, so type function, and inside the parentheses we wrote A, and A contains a string, so this is working perfectly. And now if we get out the type of B, take out the type of B, and if we run it now, as you can see, it's saying class int, and int stands for integer. So this is working too. And now lastly for the float, C. Okay, now if we run it over here, as you can see, it says class float. So this is the type function in Python, which is used to categorize the different data types in Python. Okay, and now we will be looking at escape sequences in Python. Okay, so there are two escape sequences in Python. The first is the horizontal tab, and the second is the new line character. Okay, so the horizontal tab is written with \t. Okay, \t is known as the horizontal tab, and it is one of the escape sequences. It is used to give some additional space between the words in the shell window. Now let me give you an example. If I print AdvaithS.Pillai, if I run it, as you can see, there is no space between Advaith and Pillai, but there are now two options. We can simply just give a space with the space bar, or we can use \t. Okay, so \t actually stands for tab, and tab gives 4 spaces between certain words. Okay, now if we run it, as you can see, there is a tab space between Advaith and Pillai in the shell window. Okay, so this was the horizontal tab, which gives 4 spaces or a tab space between certain strings. Okay, now let's look at the second escape sequence. So the second escape sequence in Python is the new line character, and it is written as \n. Okay, \n is known as the new line character, and it is one of the escape sequences. It is used to move the next word to a new line in the shell window. Okay, now let's print our name again. Okay, so I have written my name over here. Okay, and now if we run it, it's going to give AdvaithS.Pillai without a space in the between, as we have not given any space between Advaith and Pillai. So it's going to be like this: Advaith without any space, Pillai. Okay, now if someone says that they want Advaith and Pillai in 2 different lines, we have to use the new line character, and to execute the new line character, we will have to write \n between the words, which is Advaith and Pillai. We have written \n between the words. Now let's see what happens. As you guys can see, Advaith and Pillai have been printed in 2 different lines, each on 1 line. Okay, so these are the escape sequences in Python. So I'm going to call off the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. Bye guys, and see you guys next time.